Hello and welcome to another COVID pandemic cooking demo. My name is Michelle Nash. I'm the dietitian at the Berkshire Medical Center Cancer Center. And today I want to introduce some really nice and healthy Mexican style dishes. So right now we're going to go through how you make a salsa fresca or a fresh salsa and some of my favorite variations with it. So one of the things that I love about a fresh salsa is that you can put whatever ingredients you have on hand or whatever ingredients you want into it. It can be fairly mild, or you could make it really spicy. So it's whatever you want to do. I'm gonna start with my tomato. So I have an heirloom tomato here. I love heirloom tomatoes because they're actually closer to sort of the original tomato fruit. They actually are higher in antioxidants. So you can also get ones that are all sorts of different colors. I've got a green one and a purple one too. They're great because the different colors provide different antioxidants, which are of course really great for your immune system and really great for fighting cancer. So what we're going to do with our tomato, I'm just going to do it into a rough chop. Another thing that I love about an heirloom tomato is you can see how much is actually taken up with the tomato flesh itself. So it doesn't have tons and tons of seeds. So that's something that I really like about it because it doesn't turn into just like a watery mess. You get a lot of really great texture with it. So I'm just doing a sort of like a rough little cube here. You sort of want to go for the size that you would like in whatever dish you're going to do. And we're going to go through a couple other dishes in the next video. So of course, stay tuned. One of them will be some tacos and the other will be like a black bean dip, a refried bean dip with some chips. So we're thinking of a salsa that would be good on a taco and a salsa that will be good with some chips. So we want to go kind of fine with the chop here. Now, the other main ingredient with a fresh salsa like this is your onion. Now, I like to use a shallot because shallots have sort of finer layers. So that's really nice because you get sort of a finer chop and you don't have as large pieces of onion sort of on your chip or in your taco. I also think that it's sort of halfway between a red onion and a white onion. So you sort of get the best of both worlds with that, especially if you're eating it raw, which we are going to be doing here. So you get your tomatoes up in a nice rough chop like that. I have my shallots here. We're going to add them. And I have some fresh cilantro. We're also going to add some of this. And you can do as much or as little as you'd like with cilantro. I love cilantro, so we're gonna do quite a bit here. Your last ingredient is some fresh lime. So the fresh lime really gives it that nice, zesty flavor. It really pulls everything together, so it's really nice. So you're gonna do the juice of a lime and just squeeze it in there and mix it through. So we're just gonna mix this. I love also the contrast, the red and green color. We've got the white onion in there. Really nice. And that right there is your basic salsa fresca or your fresh salsa. Now something else that I love to do, a variation on a fresh salsa, is I love to add fresh fruit. So I've got a peach here. It's a big peach, so I'm gonna add half of it. I also love adding mango or pineapple. Those are also really nice in a salsa. So we're just gonna use half the peach here. I'm also going to cut it into pretty fine pieces, a chop that matches the salsa which will give us, you know, a good uniformity in our salsa. What I really like about adding fruit is that it adds a sweetness. It sort of balances out the spice, which we will add next with our hot peppers. And it gives it a really great, just a really great contrast. So you've got the vegetable, the fruit, the sweet, the spice, the sour. You really get everything in the salsa, which is really nice. When thinking about which fruit you want to use, I usually just grab whatever's in season. I like a fruit, like I mentioned, a pineapple or a mango or a peach. Something that does bring a good amount of sweetness to the table. An apple wouldn't really fit. You sort of want to think about what fruits would be available where this dish developed. So whenever you're adding or playing around with a dish, you really want to sort of honor where the dish developed and choose foods or ingredients that grow there. So that helps with your flavor profiles, and it helps really keep the dish feeling authentic and not feeling just like, you know, it's pretending to be something that it's not. So we've got our peach in there. And now for the determination of spice. So I've got a couple peppers over here. I've got a green jalapeno. I have a little orange habanero, and then I have some little red bird's eye chilies. So your jalapeno is going to be your least sweet, your least spicy, and then your habanero, and then your bird's eye chili. So because I don't want this to be super spicy, I'm gonna go with my jalapeno. So whenever you're adding a hot pepper to a dish, you really want to make sure that you taste your pepper. And because you never really know how spicy it's going to be, if you want it to be a little less spicy, definitely remove the seeds. I also don't really like how the seeds are in a dish. So once I sort of have my pepper nice and cleaned, I'm gonna taste it because that's gonna determine sort of how much of the pepper I want to add. So let's see how spicy it is. So it's pretty spicy. I mean, it's not super spicy. I love spicy food. I love spice. It really tastes fresh. It really tastes like just a spicy green pepper. But I can definitely feel, you know, there's like a little bit of that heat. So I'm gonna do I think I will do all of the pepper because I've got a good amount of salsa here, right? And with this, I'm gonna chop it really fine. So I'm gonna get that juice, I'm gonna get that spice all throughout the salsa. And we don't want anyone to get, you know, such a huge bite that it turns them off from it. And because I have the peach in there, that's gonna offset the spice. So we've got our pepper, and we're gonna add that in there. I'm just gonna toss it through again. And I love how the peach changes the color profile. So you've got the green and red, and now we've got yellow and a little bit of white from the shallot. So that is sort of my basic recipe, and then the add-ons of what you can do with a salsa fresca. So I hope you enjoy. Of course, stick around for the next video, which will be tacos. And as always, you can reach out to me with the contact information provided, and the recipe will be provided below. Thank you.